I just finished round 1 in Reykjavik Open. Round 1 is over. I can't believe it, honestly, because it's always very nerve-wracking. How do you get into your first game in the tournament, and how will it end up? How will it continue from here? So it's always very nerve-wracking. But round 1 is over. I'm really happy and relieved that it's over. But let's talk about the game. So round 1, I faced Hallgerdur Thorsteinsdottir. I can't pronounce this for the life of me, so I'm very sorry about this. She is a woman FIDE master, and she's actually a local player from Iceland. So I was really happy with this pairing because she's a titled player, and always really nice to play titled players. And I expected to play someone 1950, somewhere around that rating, and usually they're not titled, right? So I was really happy to face her. And then I was checking what she was playing. So I thought I'm going to play e4, which is also what I played in the game. And I knew that she would go for the Caracan. There was a small chance she would go for Scandinavian, but she rarely played this opening. She mostly played the Caracan. And I was not really in the mood for that, honestly. I really wanted to have an attacking game. And seeing her playing style, I also understood that she's more of a solid player. And I felt the need to put pressure on her and make the game more aggressive. And that's why I went for this line with f3. This is called the fantasy variation in the Caracan. And the idea is that you're reinforcing the center. You are defending the pawn on e4, and you're simply supporting the center like this. And it turns into a very sharp game most of the time. So here she took on e4, f takes e4, and here I have a nice center, but at the same time those two pawns are very weak. And I was really happy she went for this line because this is one of the lines that I knew pretty well. Actually, I looked at this variation this morning only, so I didn't really have much time to prepare for this. But I really like this idea. I saw this idea from, of course, Custom Chess. I always take ideas from him. First, I had the inspiration from him to play the Vienna Gambit, which also was really fun to play, and now this. So yeah, let's see how the game continued from here. She played e5. Very typical move to attack the center. This pawn on e4 is a weakness, as I said, so yeah, you have to be really careful here with white. Knight f3, bishop g4. This is all what I thought. Or well, I did not expect anything. She didn't really play against a fantasy variation, at least in her games online in the database. So that's why I wasn't sure what she was going to play, but I knew that this is one of the main lines. So yeah, I knew that I had to play c3 here. And after knight e7 is actually out of book, I really expected this capture on d4 to happen. But she played knight d7, so I thought, okay, I'm just simply continuing development, bishop c4, b5, and here I put the bishop back because I really want to keep this bishop on the diagonal, right? So knight f6 and simply short castle. And I'm spending quite some time here, simply because I'm trying to recollect my thoughts and trying to see where my pieces go. And at the same time, it kind of feels like there must be something in this position, right? There's bishop takes f7, king takes, knight takes e5, or knight g5 comes to mind, but all of those tactics simply don't work out. Just to illustrate real quick, I was heavily considering to just take here. Well, heavily is maybe a bit exaggerated, but I was considering this, and after king takes f7, the problem is that you don't have knight g5, because queen takes g5. So that is, for example, one line that just simply doesn't work. I guess short castle is a way to continue and you're not completely lost, but I thought there's no need to go to such drastic measures and just continue playing the game. Bishop b3, knight f6, short castle, bishop d6, and here I thought I'm going to play queen e1. I want to get out of that pin over here, a little bit annoying, and I also want to involve the queen on the king side. Maybe I'll go queen g3 or queen h4, and I continue the attack like this. Short castle was played, and here queen h4. I was not entirely sure where I wanted to go with my queen, because queen g3 was really tempting as well, but I didn't really like that I would be on the same diagonal as the bishop, and I thought that queen h4 is just practically better for me. She played queen b6, and here I thought, okay, I can go for, you know, crazy lines like knight g5 and try to attack here, but I thought, look at my queen side. I think I need to develop some pieces. So bishop e3, bishop h5. I really thought that she had to play bishop e6 here. actually, because after bishop e6, I can probably take maybe a move earlier instead of queen b6, actually. Here, bishop e6, because now you kind of stop my bishop. And I really thought it was important to stop my bishop because this bishop is very annoying on this diagonal. And I thought that this bishop does not have much to do anymore over here. So yeah, I thought at some point she has to go for bishop e6, but she didn't. She went back to h5. It's still fine though, knight d2, bishop g6. And here I simply continued my development. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do in the next few moves because all my pieces are developed. I have the pieces in almost perfect places. And let's say one thing that comes in mind is to put a knight on f5. It's very typical in such pawn structures, but how? How do I get my knight to f5? Let's say this knight has to go all the way here. Well, it looks a little awkward because there's a rook in the way. Next idea, queen h3, knight h4. Possible, but I thought that's also very awkward and I need to keep defending that pawn on e4 perhaps. So I was not so sure what I was going to do here. She played queen c7, and here I spent some time on whether I want to play knight g5 or bishop g5. Both moves look really good. The idea behind knight g5 is that I want to start simply putting pressure on the king side and try to involve the rooks maybe and kind of hope for the best. But it felt like a dead end. I didn't really see how to proceed from here. So I went for bishop g5. Like in the last 2 minutes of the time that I spent here, I was thinking, wait, but what about bishop g5? Because I'm actually setting up a threat here. Let's say she plays anything like a6 or something. I was thinking to take here. And after knight takes e5, of course, I take on f6 and I win a pawn, right? So that's not an issue for me. But after bishop takes e5, I'm simply going to capture, and I have the pair of bishops, open position. After knight f3, I'll play e5 on the next move, and I'm simply having a really pleasant position, and I should be much better here. So I was really confident in my chances here after bishop g5, because it's not so easy for black what to do here. I thought maybe she had to do some rook move, rook fe8 or rook ae8 to really defend that pawn on e5, but it's really difficult. It's not so easy here. So she ended up playing the move h6, which is one of the moves that I heavily considered as well, because you're attacking the bishop needs to go back, right? Well, I knew that if she plays h6, there is one move that comes in mind that I would instantly play in an online blitz game, bishop takes h6. I played bishop takes h6, a brilliant move, turns out, and the idea is simple. I'm breaking open the king. And after g takes h6, queen takes h6, and it's so strange how losing this is for black. But the problem is, look at this monster of a bishop here. I'm simply threatening queen takes g6. She cannot get out of the pin at all, and she has to move the bishop. She can't even defend it. She has to move it. So she played bishop h7. I thought maybe she would go for bishop h5 to try to survive there. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do there because I simply sacrificed the piece simply because it feels good. It feels really natural, and we'll see what happens in the next few moves. But yeah, I had good hope that I was going to win this very soon, because after bishop h7, I simply come in with a knight, bishop e7, and here I was thinking, okay, I think I know how this is going to end. And you know, if you would be given this position as a puzzle, let's say, you would instantly see the move. So if you want to take some time to figure out what the move is here that you're supposed to do, or what the idea is to instantly win here, you can pause the video and take a look at it yourself. But in this position, I played the move rook takes f6. A brilliant move. I'm simply sacrificing the rook, and at first sight it looks strange, right? Okay, the knight was the one defending h7. So that was the whole idea. I'm trying to get my queen to h7. But after rook takes, there's knight takes f6, right? Well, the idea is simple. I add another rook. I add another rook to the game. The threat is rook takes f6 once again, and there's no move that my opponent has to defend this. And this is simply game over. I was really happy to have such a cool attacking game, and this was exactly the aim that I had at the beginning of the game. when the pairings were out, when I saw my opponent, it plays very solid, I knew I have to play attacking chess. And of course, you hope that such things are going to happen, what happened in the game, but you don't expect it because, yeah, usually things got very difficult or things are not going so smoothly. But because she played this move h6, it all went downhill from there. And it was really nice to be able to finish the game like this. So yeah, anyway, after rook f1, she did resign here as the checkmate is unstoppable. As I said, rook takes f6 is a threat, and after that you just take on h7 and it is game over. And if you're trying to do something, let's say you move the rook, there's bishop takes f7 and checkmate follows soon. So that is how the game ended. Super happy with this victory, great start, and funnily enough, I had 98 accuracy. My chat was telling me that they were trolling with the Kramnik is typing meme. But it feels good. It feels good to start like this. It's kind of funny that, you know, you see the game back and you played perfectly, but during the game, I did not feel like I was playing perfect chess. It really felt like I was taking it too easy and I should be striking much earlier, but turns out I played a good game. So we go next. Tomorrow is an early round, 9 a.m. local time, because we have a double round. So I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to take some rest now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed following or watching the game. Make sure to tune in to our live streams on Twitch, or either on Twitch or on YouTube, as we are live streaming the games with camera and commentary. So make sure to tune in to my streams. And yeah, if you're not able to, then of course we'll be continuing the recaps. I try to do this every single day, but let's see how I will do in the double round tomorrow. So wish me luck, and I hope to see you in the next one.